Okay, everybody, we're gonna have some fun here today. We have so much to talk about. It's just frankly insane. I just finished doing a live show with Kate Dolly. She's fantastic. You guys and girls need to pay attention to her. Honestly, we covered a lot there too. Anyway, look, let's set the stage. First of all, this is my post-market report on this Friday. Did I even say that already? I don't know. July 26, 2024. I want all of you to know something that's happening. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you already know about this. Personally, I don't care, honestly, but I want to read this to you real quick and tell you why I really kind of don't care about it anyway. So I am being shadow banned and I could use your help. So, Lions, a very interesting phenomenon is happening and I want you to know about it. Since the assassination attempt on Trump, and actually sometime before that, if you've been with me, you know what I'm talking about. You can check my videos. I have done a series of these vlogs in which I stated directly that Trump now has a lock on the presidential selection. I believe that. I know what Gerald is saying and others are saying. I don't see it, especially after what we witnessed today. The market is telling us a different story. Okay, anyway, this series of videos that I have done recently, including the one I did this morning, these are getting shadow banned by YouTube/Google with a marked decrease in overall views. First of all, I don't really care. I want people here who want to be here, who understand the situation, who have a functioning brain. All right. People who are winners in their heart, lions. That's who I want here. Everyone else can go away. I don't care if I lose 90% of the people that are here, as long as the people that are here understand why they're here. You understand? Period. So, anyway, if you do want to change this, I go on to say, go back and share these videos far and wide on your social networks. But personally, really look, the people who are here want to be here, as I said. They know this is a family. This is a group of people who know what's going on. Greg is a sellout. Son of Cain. Tell me how that's true. Okay. Anyway, I love people like this. Oh, people, why is this guy here? Everyone, let's ask Son of Cain, since he believes that Greg is a sellout, why is he gracing us with his presence? You can't make this stuff up. People, we need to talk. Okay. So, with regard to this issue of inflation and the Federal Reserve's favorite indicator today, PCE, personal consumption expenditures, I just want to show you something that it's almost comical. All right. So, obviously, we found out that year over year, inflation continues to rise. No one here is shocked or surprised or anything over that. All right. It appears that those that are shadow banning this blog, they don't like people to know the truth. And just real quick, if this channel just disappears, I'm going to post directly to my free newsletter. So subscribe. There's a link in the description of this video. I don't need Rumble. I don't need anything else. I got my own thing going on here. And all my people that follow me, you'll see me over there, hopefully. All right. Anyway, look. So the fact of the matter is, again, inflation continues to rise, and we haven't seen anything yet. Let me just say this too. When I was on Kate Dolly's show just a little while ago, this gentleman came on. It was a live call-in, and he was saying, Greg, we're hearing a lot of blame with regard to our mummified president. That is his fault why we're seeing inflation. Every one of you here knows that's not true. It's a collective effort between the last three presidents. Never before in the history of the United States or any nation ever have we seen three individuals who have colluded directly with the central bank, in this case the Fed, to inflate the debt. Now, understanding that we have an economy that is dead and buried, it takes a long period of time for those extra bills, in whatever form they exist, whether they're being added to a digital screen or whether they're being printed out of thin air, to make its way through the economy. Okay. And you're now seeing the brunt of what happened from 2008 all through Obama's terms, all through Trump, and now this current freak. You understand? And when our lovely, illustrious president, and I'm talking about Bidenstein, and our soon-to-be president, again, Trump, is given the opportunity to point this finger at the Fed instead of Biden, you have to be lied to. He has to tell you it's Biden's fault. Imagine for a moment the guy had the or the guts to tell you who the real enemy is, who's the one who really creates this cash out of thin air, that he and Biden and Obama have all colluded directly with the Fed to give us the current situation that we're on now. And let me tell you something else you're going to hear from Harris and Trump. They're both talking about trickle down economics. It's like being urinated on. Understand? This doesn't work. Everyone here knows it doesn't work. But you're going to hear more about that. How we have to empower the rich, make them richer than they are now, because then you benefit from that. They're not rich enough. We got to make them richer. And then you'll of course, do better from it. We haven't seen such a rapid economic decline in history as we've been told that, from the current administration, and Harris is out there. Oh, we got to talk about her. Talk about she's the queen now of the middle class, the queen, the empress of the middle class. And she's going to make sure you all do great. This is how great the middle class is doing. The middle class is doing so great that sales of $100 million homes are set to double this year as trophy properties recover, as people are being wiped out. Now, going back to this is just too funny. Again, inflation continues to rise by their own numbers. But look at the wording here. Avoid Reuters like the plague. All of them, they're all saying the same thing. So look at this headline, cooling inflation, cooling. What does that tell you? So right off this headline, anyone who doesn't know, and that's obviously not you, believes that inflation is cooling, it's going down. No, it's misleading. Inflation is not cooling. Now, again, keep in mind, this is Reuters, cooling inflation. Reuters again, dollar steady as tame inflation report. Reuters again. U.S. inflation rises moderately. So you mean it's not cooling? All on the same day. This is one day today. It's not cooling. It's not tame. So here you go. This tells you the truth. Inflation is rising. Duh. You can't make this stuff up, but that's just where we're going. Now, with regard to the market today, nice rally across the board. But again, this doesn't mean that the volatility is over. These big swings, this is going to go through the end of this month, all through next month as well, okay? Now, the 10-year yield dropped today. I wouldn't say substantially, but dropped, along with the 2-year yield. In fact, the whole curve. Okay, what does this say? 2-year Treasury yield ends at a more than 5-month low. The whole curve dropped today. And that, who's buying? Do you realize, just think for a moment, how much debt would have to be bought here to drop the entire yield curve, enough so to spark a rally in the stock market? So that's kind of amazing. With regard to our lovely, illustrious thing running for President Harris, building the middle class is a defining goal. Oh, it's working out real well, where we have more than 3/4 of working American citizens one paycheck from the street. Thank you, Biden. Thank you, Harris. You've done a fantastic job. It's not going to stop. Believe me, Trump is going to also make sure that this continues because he believes in trickle down. Maybe it's Damian Thorne, his sidekick, who's telling him what to do. I don't know. Jeffrey knows what I'm talking about. Rate cuts, all they're going to do is push this stock market higher, much, much higher. Inflation is going to get much, much higher. Again, look, with regard to programs that are going to be instituted, they're going to cost billions of dollars, like the Inflation Reduction Act that cost billions, $3 billion. I forgot what it was. That didn't work. But they sold it to you as if it would work. And what did people do? Nothing. They went in the corner and sucked their thumb. We're going to hear more from Harris and from Trump about how we need to spend more on whatever pet project they're told that they need to spend money on, cash on. So it's going to help the middle class, okay? Because again, trickle down works. Trickle down doesn't work. Anyway, let us move forward. So with regard to this is beautiful. This is a couple of headlines from Market Watch. So consumer sentiment stuck at an 8-month low as inflation rises, of course, but it's cooling and it's getting better. Commodity, I want you to pay attention to this one. Commodity markets fear. Hold on, let's do a fear face. I'm so scared. I'm terrified. They fear a report of China's economic slowdown. Look, the whole world is in a slowdown now. The world economy is in free fall. And what they're trying to do here is inflate their way out of it. And of course, as I have said multiple times, the Fed wants an ally in the White House, and they're going to get one. Whoever's going to inflate more, and I still say it's going to be Trump here because he's already telling us what he wants to do. Him and Damian Thorne are already telling us about currency devaluation, which is going to happen anyway. Even if Harris, Kaka Kamala is selected, or more suppressed rates, we're getting rate cuts here. Okay, they're coming. Right now, let me ask you, who's buying all the debt? Who's suppressing rates right now? You see, the Fed is buying it all. Yeah. So they don't have to announce that they're cutting rates. When they say cutting rates, people, what are they really talking about? Mitch knows exactly what I'm talking about here. They're saying the overnight lending rate between institutions, they're going to lower that down so these institutions can prosper. And of course, that's kind of trickle-down economics as well. We make the corporations, it's easier for them to make more money. They become more rich, and it's supposed to help you. No, it don't. But again, that's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear more of that. Anyway, look, we're in a lose-lose situation. Some of you might feel it's be better if one or the other gets behind the Resolute desk and you're going to lose less. Well, maybe there are degrees of losing it depending on your own perspective. The longer run is, this is a disaster. This is a disaster area on a scale that is worldwide. It's not just here. So climb out of your little box that you've been put in, that this is a problem in the United States. And it's Biden's fault. This is a worldwide phenomenon, people. This is why people think Americans are the most dumbed down of them all, because they're so focused on their little box where they're in. This is a worldwide phenomenon. Imagine there was way more people in this world than there are those of trying to control us or central bankers. We could overthrow these institutions in a nanosecond. The entire world, this is a slave planet. You think I'm lying? Wherever you live in the world, there are people here from all over, who participate here. They're going to tell you the same thing. Everywhere in the world, we're seeing the same damn thing. And what are people doing? Nothing. They're laying down. They're getting channels like mine that are being shadow banned because people are not allowed to hear the truth. No, you must remain dumb. They gotta dumb you down. Because again, this stuff that I tell you every day, it's only to be known by the 1% and 2%ers, the elite, not you, because you're a peon. A peon that's going to have that trickle down economics is going to help you. It's going to help you succeed and fly. I did a poll recently. I said, how many of you believe that the current system, which is obviously trickle down economics, well, that's all we've seen is trickle down economics for as far back as you want to go. How's it working out for you? Because it looks like 2% of you, and the thousands that responded say that the system is working for you. 2% of the people said it's working for you. Well, of course, those are the 1% and 2%ers. Of course, it's working for them. That's what it's designed to do. The man from Chicago, thank you. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, you're going to hear more nonsense about soft landings, about how the Fed got it right. But what they're not telling you is what they're doing here is finding another avenue to, whether it's war, the kinetic action of war, the build up to war. That was Trump's job. The current guy's job is to utilize that weapon that Trump built and point that at the world or inward here at the United States as well. War spending. Again, in any amount. Kill thousands, tens of thousands with the war machine. That's okay. If they spent even a fraction of that cash trying to bring people together to unite the people, first of all, they can't do that because we would overthrow this twisted, perverted system. You understand? They can't allow that. You have to hate. They have to make you hate, and they have to point their fingers in everywhere else except where they should be pointing to. Again, Biden has the opportunity to do it. Trump has the opportunity to do it. The Federal Reserve, No, they blame each other. It's too stupid because that's how stupid they both think you are. I happen to know you're not stupid. I happen to know that all of you are extremely smart. It's really the truth. It's absolutely the truth. The truth, yeah. Anyway, people, look, we covered it all. I think, and I love sitting here, kind of being the daddy. And but this is again, this is just my thing. This is our thing. And personally, I don't care if I'm being shadow banned at all. Let them ban me all they want. They can ban me 100%. They ain't shutting my mouth. I can tell you right now. I will post directly to my newsletter. So just if this is the beginning, probably the shadow banning. I don't know how many of you over the past week. This is kind of strange. Let me ask you if you think there's a connection here. Over the past week, I had so many people tell me, Greg, I did not unsubscribe from your blog, but I'm not subscribed anymore. I don't get notified. Thank you, Mission. Thank you, Hondo. I'm so bad with that. I wish, man. They'd never let me. You kidding? They'd never let me. Anyway, look, so two things have happened over the past week. Many of you have been unsubscribed, and I've heard from you, and I actually put out something earlier to check if a lot of people were unsubscribed. So over the past week, dude, there's no coincidence. I don't believe in it. At the same time I started doing these recent videos saying that the election selection, of course, is a lock, people getting unsubscribed, getting shadow banned. I do not believe that that's a coincidence at all. Oh, anyway, people, that's kind of it, man. I don't know what else to say. I think we've covered it all. We are experiencing this moral, social decay, a deconstruction of the system, hatred. Barbara knows exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. What they're doing to people right now is it's a crime against humanity. It really, really is. But you and I are going to benefit from it, I'm telling you, because we are making the right connections. We're going to end this video like we always do. We don't just do it for fun. We're going to take advantage of the system. What's going to happen here, people, moving forward is pretty obvious. And you and I have been talking about it for a very, very long time. Price action distortions like you can't believe. The market is a hyper bubble of hyper bubbles of hyper bubbles. And believe me, I've heard from hundreds, it's not thousands of you saying, Greg, you're really leading people down the wrong pathway. You should be telling them to get out of this market. I've been hearing this since Donald Trump's first day in office. No, since he was selected as the last time president here. And you and I and my lions, all of you, have ripped the face off of this market beyond belief. And we're going to continue to do that. With regard to commodities, okay, we're loading up. The higher this market goes, again, cash must be pulled from other things. It's going to come out of commodities. The commodities are still going to rise, but they're massively suppressed. Cryptocurrencies, massively suppressed. The only avenue here where Greg Mannarino is going to be wrong, and I can only imagine what's going to happen here, is Bitcoin, okay? Trump's repeated, I'm the Bitcoin president. You like crypto, vote for me. I am your man. I am the crypto man. Or whatever you Mitch knows again what I'm talking about. Lava, good to see you, man. Thank you, Lava. I appreciate that. Anyway, all of this just presents opportunity for you and I understand that the market is a hyperbubble, but we have a tool. We have a tool, okay? You guys got me. That's a fact. And I got your back, and I've made promises to you forever that I will never let you down. I will double my efforts. I will triple my efforts. I will quintuple my efforts. Thank you, Bradley, to make sure all of you are way ahead of the curve. And I honestly believe that I've done a very good job. Have I been right all the time? No. But I have been right, if you look back on this, better than 90%. Go back as far as you want to go, okay? That's pretty staggering. And I'm no smarter than anybody. No way. All of you are way smarter than me. It's just that I study this stuff. And it's a trap. I'm looking into Fatal here. It's a trap only if you don't know the dynamics that are in play. Because we understand that we're going to see massive currency devaluation moving forward. We haven't even begun to see it. If we understand that we're going to see asset purchases by the Fed on an extreme scale moving forward, well, what does that mean? Does that mean that the market's going to crash? It can't do it. The market actually can't crash as long as the Fed's buying it all. And the Fed is a trading desk. They're buying large cap stock as well. Okay, they don't just sit around and frolic in front of their trading desk. They buy things with you. Heard of the plunge protection team? It's a real thing. The illusion of this market is going to be maintained at least up until the presidential selection. Let me tell you something else about the presidential selection. Okay, let's say Greg is correct. Trump is selected. I would be willing to bet it'll be a sell the news moment. I'll tell you when we get closer. I mean, we're going to see a run up here. Okay, after we get through this market volatility, the seasonality from now through the end of next month, August here, we could see a significant sell-off in the market. And people are going to go, look, the market's crashing because Trump was selected. It would be a sell the news moment. But where are your eyeballs going to go? Your eyeballs are going to do what my eyeballs are going to go. They're going to go right to the MMRI. Again, the best risk indicator for the market that has ever been. I really feel like this. I don't know. I believe in the father of all creation, like you have no idea. I probably pray every hour of every day. I'm always thankful for what I have and for all of you. And I really feel like that was a gift to you and me. And it works. And we're going to watch this thing. The Fed's buying it all, and they're going to buy more. If Kamala is selected, this market's going to be unhappy, in my view. We also see a sell-off, and Bitcoin will take a hit, no doubt about it. But that would be a buying opportunity, at least in my view. Because for those of us who understand the crypto space, for those of us who understand the market cap, how few people hold this stuff, the opportunity is insane. Anyway, that is kind of it, people. I think we're on top of it. I really, really do. Anyway, you and me, let them do whatever they want. Racing this weekend, they just happened to catch my eyes. Moonraker, I'm hoping. Tomorrow at Bradenton, 10 minutes from my house. I got the Copo ready, and I am ready to light up that track. Okay, I'm looking for some seriously deep in the 8-second quarter-mile runs. 160, 165 miles an hour, something along there. That would make me very happy. So we'll see where we get there. And hopefully I'll see some of you there. Generally, some of you do show up, and I enjoy seeing you, really. Silver, yeah, let them smack it down, bro. As we said, the risk-on environment. We said this from weeks ago. Watch what's going to happen. Again, cash is going to be pulled out of things we should be going into. This mechanism here is just going to distort the stock market even further. If you think we're in a hyper bubble now, the market hyper bubble that we're going into is going to be where no man, no woman has gone before. You know, Star Trek, the original series. And then the eventual meltdown here. I mean, look, everyone's going to be looking at the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, not you and me. You and me are looking at risk. Because the real crash is not going to begin nor end, as you already know, I told you 1,000 times, in the stock market. It's going to begin and end in the debt market, and it goes way beyond the markets. We're going to run into a scarcity of resources, a locking up of the system. Credit, the flow of credit or debt will stop. That was the real issue last time that people don't have any idea. That was the exact reason why the Fed, under the blessing of our loving, caring representatives, injected billions into the system to free up the credit markets. It really had nothing to do with the stock market. Yes, the stock market got cut in half. The Dow went from 12 to 6. That was not the problem. Interbusiness lending was starting to freeze. Ben Bernanke said on Monday, if they didn't do it over that weekend, on Monday, they would not have an economy. He said we would not have an economy, not a market, an economy. Does that tell you something? Not only the economy would have done. You would have tried to use your debit card. It wouldn't have worked. Your credit card, it wouldn't have worked. You would have went to your bank ATM, tried to get your cash out. All zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. No cash. Gone. That's what we're going to be facing again. A credit locking up of the entire system on a global level. But this time, there's no fixing it. They just propped it up last time to give us the illusion that things are fixed. Things have been made much, much worse. Dramatically worse. I mean, look, people. So much worse that even this guy, who is the market, okay? I study this stuff morning, noon, and night. The only time I don't think about the market is when I'm burning up the quarter mile. That's really the truth because I got to focus on my own life. It's the only time. What we're going to face is going to make the word disaster look like child's play. And they're trying to inflate us out of it. You can't inflate out of this. This mechanism here is making things worse, monumentally worse. The illusion here, this is not what it seems to be. Nothing is what it seems to be. Nothing at all. You got it? You understand, people? I hope you get it, really. I am working my hardest. I don't want to sound overly dramatic. How long, Kathy? It's happening right now, Kathy. If you can't see what's happening to the economies of the world and the lies and the distraction, what's happening to people, then I don't know what, then Greg can't help you anymore. It's the market that is fostering this illusion that everything is fine. Right up until the crash of 2008, everything was fine. The Nasdaq, the Nasdaq bubble of 2000, the stock market crash 1929. People are having a beautiful time until the reality sets in. The reality is none of this is sustainable by any level at all. And it's only going to get worse from here, exponentially worse. What the Fed is going to do, okay? They're going to start cutting rates reasonably soon. And all that means is they're giving the green light to themselves. Think about what I'm about to say, people, okay? The Federal Reserve, by the Federal Reserve saying, okay, everyone, we're actually going to say that we're cutting rates. The Fed's in the debt market right now, buying it all. But when they make the announcement that they're going to cut rates, they're giving themselves a green light to buy more. And how do they do that? Adding digits to a screen in any amount they want. Oh, we're going to buy X amount of billions of this debt or that debt. They have to add it to a screen. So the Federal Reserve is going to give themselves a green light to buy even more. And you're going to hear things out of the mouths of whoever is selected as the next president here. We need lower rates than this, maybe even negative rates. That was Trump last time. He wanted negative rates, and he keeps calling for a weaker dollar. We know where the man stands. 100% for the Federal Reserve. Of the last three presidents, which one has empowered the Fed more than the other two? It was Trump. Yes, it was him, believe it or not. But they all work for the same institution in some other capacity. You understand? People, it's too much, man. It is too freaking sickening to me. It's unbelievable. All right, people, look, I think this video has gone on long enough. What I want us to do is what we do you're right. Ron Paul tried to warn us. And imagine if we had a guy like that as president. He'd tell you the truth. He tried to. He got banned from everything, didn't he? People, man. Yes, exactly. I got to work on my blood pressure. It's just crazy, man. All right, look, people, we're going to bring it in right now. So today is Friday. You're not going to see this guy until Sunday for my markets to look ahead. We're all going to put this week behind us, and we're just going to take the next one as it comes. I don't care what they do. Yeah, Ross Perot too is another one. Unreal, isn't it? Isn't it unreal? We do get people who have the guts to tell us the truth. But then we get what a choice we have. What a choice between Trump or Kaka Kamala, the big T. What a choice. Oh, all talking about trickle-down economics. So you can guarantee that you're going to get urinated on, no matter who they put behind the Resolute desk. It's a guarantee. People, bring it in. Bring it in. Love each other. Care about each other. Really care about each other, people, all right? Because we're all we got. Be charitable to each other, okay? And everything. Try to think of one thing, just one you can do per week. Not for yourself, but for somebody else. Maybe someone you don't even know. And whatever that is, whatever you do will come back to you tenfold better. There's just no, look, I've lived my life by that principle. And I can tell all of you that I've done pretty damn well. And it's the way the universe works, so get used to it. Anyway, lick myself. You guys and girls are too much. Look, again, people, I'll see you on Sunday, right? Please take care of each other, as I say all the time. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you Sunday.